Up next is this episode's member interview. This is my chat with Dax from New York-based duo Dax&Atragun. How are you? How are you guys doing?
Good. My partner's sadly working, and I have a bit time off, so I'm going to be here on behalf of the group, but he sends his love to the RepostExchange group, and he wishes all the best, and he says, thank God for you guys, or our music would not have any relevance in this crazy time. So without you guys, none of it would have happened.
So what are the plans for the album? So you're thinking about releasing it independently?
The plans is we want to put something together like when things get back to normal around 2021. We're hopefully working on some new music, and we always wondered if we could find homes or labels for it, but instead I'm thinking just like with all the content that we make when it comes to music, with all the tracks that don't get picked up by labels, we're thinking about putting that on our album independently and making sure that we give our fans something that's sonically pleasing, not only to their ears, but something they didn't really expect from us. And the one thing that me and Andrew talked about is creating a multi-genre album where it could be everything from deep house, progressive house, to new disco, to a little bit of psytrance, and then our trance roots. So we really would want to give the listener just a multi-genre trip, as if you're listening to a DJ set, but they're all original songs. And then also have a second side for remixes, and we're definitely thinking about finding remixers for Color of Our Love, and we're sort of thinking about doing a contest or trying to find some people to do it just to add a little bit more staying power. And then we also have an instrumental that we could also release just to celebrate the 50K streams. So that's really what we've been thinking about leading up to the album in 2021, and just really what we're doing with all the music we haven't released.
I know you're pretty good on like playlisting and stuff. What would you say to someone who was keen to get on a Spotify playlist? Like, what's your sort of top tips?
Top tips is one, when it comes to Spotify, keep your expectations low, but keep your research level high. And what I mean keep your research level high is look at playlisters, not paid playlisters who say, oh, if you pay $300, you're going to get 100,000 streams. No, just look for people who have specific genres on the internet. It's a wide base, whether it be through Reddit, through Facebook, Spotify, promotion groups. Just look and seek out those people, get in stream groups to help boost your numbers, because that's organic and you have actual real people listening to your music and not bots. And really do your research. The one thing people think of is that, oh, if I don't get on the Spotify editorial playlist, that's going to be the end-all be-all. No, the internet's a big place. And the internet can really help expose your music, and also collaborative playlists. There's so much information on the internet. If you type it in, you can go and find it. And my advice is always research, always look on the internet, and remember, when it comes to the internet, think about it as user base. There's so many people who are on the internet, and when you think of them as users, you'll be able to find your audience or the people who like your music. You just have to search for it, and search for it carefully.
Yeah, no, it's really good advice there, because it's always like a thing that people really want to do. So what's it been like during the pandemic, sort of not being able to do live shows and that? How have you sort of worked around that?
Well, we've been on podcasts just talking about music and what we've been doing through the pandemic, and me and Andrew have just been sending ideas off of each other and promoting our music, obviously, and just working through the challenges. And we also joined a group called Artists Anonymous of just a group of people who, it started by this guy named Young Bora, who's prevalent in the New York dance scene and then club scene, and also just making 80s retro wave. He's helped me in a lot of ways, and I made a lot of good connections, just reaching out to venue owners and being like, okay, I know this is not going to be forever. I just want to keep you in touch and build my connection base, because if you build your connection base, you can come by stronger. And the one thing, I was watching the VMAs the other day, and I was looking at Lady Gaga's speech. She told in her speech that basically that this won't be forever, we will get through this. And I'm sensing an artist renaissance, and a lot of what she said was true, because I feel like there'll be new emerging artists in the scene, a lot of people will be playing more reimagined shows and go from there.
Yeah, it's quite interesting, isn't it? Like, just to see some things are going to be destroyed, but other things are going to be sort of rebuilt in the music industry.
I mean, it is. And then when you see things with augmented reality and virtual reality, it's going to become a prevalent part. And you already see that Deadmau5 is one of the pioneers of it. And I'm going to see other artists, like I'm thinking about adding more visuals to me and Andrew's live shows, or adding visual music videos, because seeing all this virtual reality and augmented reality is one thing to help paint a picture with your music, and it also creates a even better experience than just watching two guys on a DJ set.
What would you say to someone sort of starting out, maybe doing DJing or, you know, producing their own music? What would you say to them?
Keep a level head, accept criticism. Know for a fact that music is a lot like life. Not everyone's going to love you. Not everyone's going to be there to say you're amazing. And you just have to go through it with a thick skin. And there's two types of criticism. One is being hated and non-constructive criticism. I call those the haters. Ignore the haters. But if there's people who are giving you constructive criticism on stuff that you can tweak, stuff that you can make your music better, they're just trying to be supportive and give you constructive criticism so you can grow as an artist. So never, ever turn your back on constructive criticism. And I think it makes you the better for it. And it's really helped me and Andrew define our sound and experiment and just be who we are. So definitely accept constructive criticism.
So yeah, tell us all about like the success you've had with The Color of Love.
The one thing that we weren't expecting in the national pandemic is for the track to hit 50,000 streams on Spotify. We weren't expecting Luke Music to put us on his playlist with like 10,000 people. We didn't expect Neo would like the song. He's a Grammy winner. He has like a million things to do. We just sent it to him on a whim saying, oh, he'll never listen to this. Next thing you know, he's adding it to his Loom playlist and listening to our song and giving us like actual amazing comments. And we posted it celebrating, and he ended up liking it and supporting us on Instagram. So it's great. And then we also had a TikTok influencer who's going to post a video. He has like close to 700,000 followers. He's going to be doing a video to it. I'm looking for that. And then DJ Ghazi put it on his show, and then Krempelli put it on his Spotify playlist. So it's really been surprising just the response we had to the song and how many people have played it. And same with putting on RepostExchange. I mean, we were #1 on your platform. We had so many people reposting it, and just the general response between SoundCloud and Spotify is incredible.
How's that sort of translated in, you know, for your next move together?
Well, it's translated really it's good because we're working on new music and we're thinking about putting together an album. And this was our first indie release. We weren't signed to any label. We decided to not go to the label route. It was completely independent. It was completely on us. We spent little to no money on promotion. We pushed it really, really, really hard. I guess the only amount we paid for is like $10 for an Instagram ad, but we literally did no paid promotion, and we pushed it really hard, and the response just from that just makes us want to only keep making music and then figure out if we release our album independently, how far we can push it, because we realize that there's so many digital platforms and there's so many things that our labels, even though we love them, are not doing, that going the indie route could probably bring us more success. And it could be a risk, but it could also bring us more success and just help us explore more things to push ourselves.